Hello chemistry kids, we're going to talk about histograms and maybe a little bit of graphs and what they need to have so you guys have a better idea of what we actually are looking for in the graph setting. So here up on the screen we have a sample of what a histogram should be like. A lot of you guys did a lot of good things when we made the histograms before, but a histogram is real specific. Here's what a histogram really needs to make it a histogram and not just a bar graph or some other type of graph. All right. Histograms need to have the number of times appearing over here. So here we got the times appearing. Okay, so it's be like the frequency of, say, a score or something like that happened. And you need to have data ranges down here on the x-axis. All right. So if you notice in this little sample one, which is a very general one, we have, say, we have people that got a 1, people that got a 2, people that got a 3, 4, 5, and 6. And how many times a certain person got that. So there was occurrence of 1 1s, and there was 2 2s, and there was 4 3s, and there was 2 3s, and there was 1 5 and 1 6. In this graph, we're really missing a couple of things. We're missing a title. So up here would be a good idea to put a title. On here, this is your y-axis. Okay, this is your y-axis. In your y-axis, you need to have a label. Okay, a label with numbers, and if these numbers have a specific unit that go with them, make sure you have the units in there. And down here, this is going to be your data range or set, which needs to be labeled like it is number and set, and your data range for that specific one. So you need to have a title, y-axis with labels, x-axis with labels, and then you obviously need to make the bar graph itself. It helps to make these bars, instead of, say, this one being blue, let's make it, say, reddish. All right, so then you can distinguish the bars from each other right away. It's, I'd say, more of a visual appealing type of deal. So let's take a look at a real sample of a histogram from a website that I found that you guys should look at. It's a real good website. Here it is right here. So you can look at that website anytime you want to. Here is a sample of the histogram. This histogram is college SAT math scores. So if you look at it, so we got a title. So let's see. So up here, see does it have the 5 components that we're looking for, or the couple components? So here's my title. Title, check. We know what it's telling us. It's very clear, very apparent. So here's my title. Next thing is, do we have a y-axis? Okay, we do have a y-axis. Now this is just how many times it occurs, so you could just say number of occurring. So there's no label here, but we should have a label. So you could say, you know, frequency, something like that. So, but we kind of know that these are number of times they appear. The bottom here, these are my data sets or my data ranges. So this little green means something different than this little red. And you can see where they kind of end off and where the range kind of goes. So down here, we know that the x-axis is labeled with average SAT math score. So these are all different ranges of math scores. It's a good graph because 1 has a title, 2 has a labeled y-axis, 3 it has an x-axis with labels, and 4 it's got multiple colors, so it looks really appealing to the eye. So really what you need in a good graph, which is part of one of the questions on your note sheet, what do you need to have? What are the parts of a graph? Well, you need to have a title, a good title. You need to have a y-axis labeled, and you have an x-axis labeled, and then you need to complete the graph and make it visually appealing so everybody can understand it. And we'll work on graphs as the year go on, but histogram-wise, if you want to look at a good histogram, check out this website. It's a very good website, and it has interactive histograms you can look at, and it has basics, and it has steps up if you want to go further with it. But those are the parts of a histogram that we're really looking for.